up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode, first episode of 2022 of Chicken Bone Alley, brought to you by SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Earl Ramey Racing Engines, RK Motorsports Consulting. What is up? I'm David.
I'm Landon.
Sterling is not here. Sterling, unfortunately, has the Rona. I talked to him just a little while ago, though. He seems like he's doing all right. So but everybody, keep him in your prayers. Get over the coronavirus quickly. But anyway, so Landon is hanging out with me. Me and him hanging out at the house today. I was off work for a day after New Year's, so me and him figured I told him he had to do the podcast with me. He didn't seem happy. Were you?
Well, I wasn't nervous. I wasn't
Yeah, you are.
scared. I was... Actually, you know what? I was nervous. Yes.
Yeah, I'd say so. He's like wanting to take notes and stuff. He's got his notes on his phone over here beside him.
Yes, I do. And it's amazing notes.
So, yeah, it's great notes. He's got notes all on the Tulsa shootout that he listened to, he said. Anyway, all right, what you been doing back there since you got your PlayStation back?
You know, I've just been playing games.
What you been playing?
All sorts of games like Call of Duty. I played Madden.
You did play Madden?
I did play
the
Madden.
new one?
The new one.
Oh, you don't want me to come out there and beat you? Or are you trying to get practice before I come out there and beat you?
You know what? I'm going to beat you. No practice. I play games. I don't lose.
Yeah, right. Whatever you say. How much Madden did you play?
About 30 minutes to 45 minutes.
That's all?
Yes.
You didn't play a whole game?
I did.
You must have played a short game.
Yeah, I beat them.
What'd you have it on? Rookie? High school mode?
That's a high school mode?
You had to put the other team on the high school mode? So you played a pro team and they play as a high school team?
I had to put them on middle school mode.
B team. B team. So how was your New Year's?
It was amazing, you know.
Amazing?
Amazing. I got a basketball goal.
That's Christmas.
Oh yeah, true.
Not New Year's.
I got to scare my mother with crack. What's it called? The stuff that you throw at the ground and then sparks fly.
Oh, the little, I don't know, the throw pops.
Yeah, the throw pop.
I don't know what they're really called.
Well, their name's throw pops now.
Oh. So, you scared Mama with those?
Mm-hmm. I threw it at her feet, well, a day before New Year's.
Oh.
And then...
That would be New Year's Eve.
True. Yes, New Year's Eve, I threw it at her feet. It wasn't that close to her feet, and she got scared.
Oh.
It was fun time. I had a great time. I got beat at basketball by an old man.
Old man?
An old man beat me.
Scott is not that old.
He looks old.
He does not look old. You gonna get talked about. He listens to this. You know that, right?
You can cut that out, right?
No. No, I can't.
I am sorry. I did not mean any of that.
We were all at Sterling's house on New Year's Eve. We grilled up some chicken and had a pile of fireworks and hung out and watched football games. We watched the who was all playing? That would have been
Georgia.
Well, there was Georgia and Michigan.
Yeah.
And Georgia walked all over Michigan, and there was Alabama and Cincinnati. And Alabama killed Cincinnati. If Georgia would have just not let Michigan score any, then nobody would have scored against the SEC team. That would have been great, but oh well. So we got all SEC in the championship. I mean, next Monday night, I think the 10th, I think is what it is. So we're going to have to hurry up next Monday night, recording this and then watch football game.
We also made a hot air balloon.
Well,
Well,
it wasn't necessarily. I mean, it is a hot air balloon, but it's not. I don't know what they're really called.
we burnt one.
I think they're like them Japanese lantern things and floating things, but they were big. Somebody brought them, and the first one just caught on fire. It burnt to the ground, and then the next one, it kind of scared me. It took off finally, but it was wobbling everywhere. I think it had a big old flame up under. If it landed in somebody's yard yard probably caught on fire.
Oh. Hate to try to deal with that.
Yeah, me too.
Now how that call would go. 911. Somebody threw a lanyard fell in my backyard.
A lanyard?
A lanyard.
Lantern.
A lantern landed in my backyard, and now my place is on fire.
Well, hopefully it didn't. I didn't hear of anywhere burning down, so hopefully it didn't. Hopefully it went out before it decided to land.
I hope too.
Oh, anyway, so you've been out of school now for 2 weeks.
I have. I've been out of school for 2 weeks, and I want it to be a month.
Well, I don't think you're going to get a month. I think you're going to go back to school probably Wednesday, but have you done anything productive over these 2 weeks?
Yes. I have played with Daisy, my dog, and I've played basketball.
I said productive.
Productive. That's productive, isn't it?
Not really.
That would like school related?
Well, just anything. I mean, have you worked around the house any?
I have.
You have?
I have.
What have you done?
I have cleaned my room. I have cleaned my room and watched my little brother.
You have. You have watched Jackson. You've helped a lot with that. And, which I think the only reason you really cleaned your room was because I said you wouldn't get your PlayStation back if it wasn't clean.
No, that would never be the reason.
Yeah, right.
I would have cleaned my room anyways. You know, I would have done it. I would have made it tidy. I would have made it as neatly as I could. Even if you weren't going to give me it back.
Yeah,
Yep.
right. Well, me and Landon got I'll tell you a little story of what happened this morning, too. Since we're just hanging out today. Landon was supposed to have a dentist appointment today, but we had some storms, bad storms, come through last night, or early this morning, I guess you'd say, and it tore a bunch of stuff. It literally tore siding off our house and all that stuff. I done had to get up on the ladder today, and me and Landon had to get out there and put it all back together. And but anyway, so his dentist office, we were on the way to the dentist. He was supposed to have a dentist appointment at 8:50 this morning. Well, the dentist office called and said they didn't have any power. So I bet Landon was...
I could have slept.
You could have slept. Bet you were so upset about not going to the dentist, though, wouldn't you?
I was really upset, I just, the dentist is always fun. You get to lay down and do nothing while they're inside your mouth.
Well, y'all's dentist kind of has y'all spoiled. They have TVs on the ceiling.
That's not normal?
It never was when I was young.
Oh. Wow. I didn't. I thought that was the thing.
I never got to watch TV. It just had to be awkward. Would you looking at the dentist or the dental hygienist with their hands in your mouth? Just stare them in the eye while they got their hands in your mouth. It makes it real awkward.
Well,
You thinking about it now?
You know how awkward that would be instead of
That's
the
all we used to
TV?
get to do.
Just look at them. They just look like they're looking at you, but they're not. I get to watch TV. You know, last time I was there, it was either a princess movie or a dog movie.
You picked a princess movie, didn't you?
No, I picked the dog movie. I would never watch a princess movie.
You're
Ever.
lying. You're
In
lying.
my entire life, I have never seen one princess movie.
You haven't.
Nope.
Pretty sure you have.
Never.
You never watched Frozen?
No.
You're lying.
No, I would never lie about Disney movies.
Yeah, right. That's just like the other night when it was holding that lantern thing. Lana talking about, let it go.
You know. Okay, maybe I've seen a few.
Yeah.
But only because when I was little, I would watch princess movies with my older cousin Faith and my mom.
Your mom still watches them. All the time.
But I don't.
I come in here the other night. There was no child in our bedroom. And she's like, I want to watch this movie. I said, what movie are we watching? Encanto. I said, what is that? Oh, that's a new Disney movie. A new Disney cartoon movie? Yeah. Jeez.
I mean,
Well, then Jackson's gotten a hold to it, and now I think it's been
We
watched
don't
probably 10 times in the last...
we don't talk
week.
about Bruno.
Yeah. Yeah. We have to listen to that song 17 times in a car ride. But that's how it goes sometimes, I reckon. I guess. So you ready to go back to school?
No,
Why?
because I mean, I hope I got PE. PE is amazing. But I actually haven't checked my email since I was out. I emailed her. I said, "Can I get PE for third quarter?" And I just turned off my Chromebook for the rest of the week until Wednesday.
Then you may want to check it.
I probably should, but I also my 5th period social studies teacher is kind of loose. I think her bolt in her head's gone loose.
Why's that?
'Cause she'll get really mad sometimes. Like one time my ID broke off because it was like broken and it caught on to something. And she said, "Put your ID on," even though she saw it get caught onto something and rip off.
That's just because you normally don't have your ID on.
No, I always have my ID on.
Yeah, that's why you've got in trouble for it for I don't know how many times this year.
I've gotten in trouble for maximum 5 times.
That's 5 too many.
Okay, but my ID is in my room, so it's safe. It's safe. I know exactly where it's at. Never lost an ID ever. Couldn't be me.
There you go, lying again.
Okay, I've only lost 2. Only 2. And I'm not fine with losing 2, but it's better than losing 3.
This has been in 5 months, though.
And there's nothing wrong.
That's too many times.
You've lost an ID once.
I don't recall losing one, but I may have. I don't know.
But also on my well, that's pretty much all mine, except for my first period teacher. He's just rude. He's mean.
Oh, is that so?
He doesn't give me privileges. Doesn't give anyone privileges.
What class is that?
Band. First period. No, I just really don't. I mean, especially when it's first period at 8:30. I don't want to be hearing blasting instruments going into my ear and giving me a terrible headache.
Well, you the one decided to play a trumpet.
And I didn't decide to. I would have rather played drums, but he said, no, you cannot play drums because he'd never give me a reason. So he said, no, you cannot play drums.
Is that exactly how he sounded?
No, he actually has a little higher pitch than that.
Oh.
Yeah, and he had this voice crack once. It was hilarious. He was getting mad. He said, ooh.
Okay. Oh man, this is gonna be an interesting show already, isn't it?
It's an amazing show now that I'm here. I made it 10 times better.
Oh.
Yep.
So Uncle Sterling getting kicked off.
Yeah, he is. He's out of here. I'm a be promoted to the Chicken Bone Alley or page instead of the what is it? The Chicken Tender and Chicken Nugget page.
Is it?
Yeah. Chicken Tendy. I'm a Chicken Tendy.
The boneheads.
You know? Yes, we have boned heads.
You do. You do. Well, I want to go ahead and put it out there. Since this is our first show of the year, unfortunately, as you see, as we talked about, Sterling isn't able to make it, but
I am.
Landon's here. You know. So, but anyway, guys, I know a bunch of y'all follow us on Facebook and see our pictures and everything else that we put up. Well, if you notice, we got a new social media banner, I guess we'll say. We got some new affiliates coming on with us this year. Fortunately, first of all, we've had a few of her drivers on the show here recently, and I've been talking with Tanya, MPM, McAllister Precision Marketing, coming on with us this year, and we really want to thank Tanya over there. MPM, career advancement, driver promotion, graphic design, press releases, marketing materials, social media, and much more. Guys, if you need help, if you're looking to get to the next level in your racing career, you might have all the driving talent in the world, and you might have some of the best equipment, but without the right marketing partners, it's hard to get anywhere in the racing game. We all know this. So be sure, head over to marketwithmpm.com, talk with Tanya over there, and get on board with her. You won't regret it, I promise you. She can take you to the next level, guys. And you'll be on here with us. Fortunately, and we appreciate her already. We've had some of her drivers on already. They like to come on here and talk with us and hang out and do all that fun stuff. So we appreciate Tanya at MPM for coming on with us this year. Another one coming on with us this year, ProFab Headers. And I'm going to go to the phone right now, talk with somebody from there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on the phone now, buddy of mine we've had on how many lives, but it's the first time we finally got him on the show from ProFab Headers, Mr. Andrew Garris. What's going on, buddy?
Not much. Just busy as always, I guess. Trying to get ready for the show and trying to keep up with things here at the shop. So,
is it a good old typical Monday for you up there? Wide open?
Actually, it's been kind of calm. With us being so, I don't know if it's because we're just so far behind or whatever, but it's been kind of quiet up front. So it's kind of been a decently nice Monday.
Well, cool. Are you watching the snow up there?
Actually, it didn't snow here at the shop. Bree sent me pictures of Coop outside playing in it, and we barely got it at the house. I mean, it was gone in no time. But I actually never saw it. So it started as soon as I left the house, apparently, like right after I left. And it never snowed here, so I actually never saw it. Y'all, I posted the only picture I was sent of it.
Well, looked like a wonderful snow day in a couple places.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not a big fan of snow, so I'm gonna say it was a win for me, but it is cool to see it every now and then, and just make sure it's gone by the time I have to get in the car and drive anywhere.
All right, before we get started or anything else, man, how about our Gamecocks, bro?
Oh my God, what a way to end the year. It just kind of concerns me on why he wasn't playing quarterback all year.
Yeah.
Or the last 3 years, but hey, we'll take it. And know we got something good to build on next year.
Hey, we'll take anything we can get at this point, man.
I know. That's what we were all saying. This has been the first game in several years that we've had that I actually felt like the offense was productive, not trying to work against us, I guess you would say.
Yeah. The only other game we looked good was against Florida, but we know how that went this year.
Yeah, exactly. So no, I mean that was the first game I think I've ever been to Bank of America Stadium, and the team I was pulling for won.
Yeah, I was going to say normally the team you're pulling for there is in blue.
Yeah, and they lose a lot. So I always leave there disappointed, but I still go. And even all the Carolina games I've been to, like as far as when the Gamecocks played there, they've lost. So it was nice to have a winning game at Bank of America Stadium.
Finally. Well, it's something about, I saw even somebody put on one of your posts, something about them teams in blue there this year. They just can't win.
Oh, it's awful. I mean, it's pretty bad when it took a team from South Carolina to win at Panther Stadium this year. I mean, there was no other Carolinas won there this year.
Oh well, good deal. Had to get get important stuff out of the way here. But anyway, man. Oh well, man, we're gonna see you here in a couple of days up there at the Cars Racing Show. Yeah,
it's actually only a few days away. I'm stoked. I get excited about that one every year. Or last year was really, I guess, the first year. I say every year. But we had a really good turnout, and even did really good there from a business standpoint last year. So I'm super excited to get back up there, and actually this is the first trade show this year we've had a booth at. So that's another kind of exciting thing. I always have a love-hate relationship with setting up booths. It's a lot of work, a lot of effort, and but it also is a lot of fun and really good to see customers and have somewhere that they can come see our stuff.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, fortunately, this is gonna be the first one I get up to, and the first one I'm gonna have a booth out of any sort, which I'm not hardly gonna be yet. I'm gonna be walking around over there talking with y'all and hanging out and everybody else there. But what kind of stuff you gonna have in y'all's booth this year?
So the crazy thing is, I really won't have anything for sale. It's one of those years. Last year I sold everything I took. I wanted to be able to do that this year, but with us being several months out on new headers, I just don't really have anything that I will be able to sell at the show. Obviously, we can always take orders for future stuff, but actually in our booth, Blake Pryor is going to bring his 604 late model. So that's kind of exciting. He had a brand new motor, Earl's Ramey motor in it with our headers on it. So I asked him, would he mind bringing it? So he is going to bring his 604 late model. And then Earl is doing 113-degree motor, super late model motor, and then also a 602. The 13-degree, I'm actually going to use the headers that Brandon Overton ran this year. They're going to be dirty. I'm kind of excited about it. I just happened to see them laying here because he brought them to get cleaned. And I was like, man, that would be cool, because they kind of have a story.
Them things just need to be named Dirty Money is all they need to be named.
I know. I almost don't even want to clean them. I kind of want to hang them on the wall.
Yeah, exactly. Just send him a new set. They're here. We're keeping these.
Yeah, I want these for my office. So I thought it'd be cool to have them. And leave them dirty. I mean, everything in our booth's always shiny and pretty and nice. And the fact is that only lasts one race. So it's kind of cool to actually see him after a full year and the success that he had this year. So I'm actually going to use those for the one motor, and then the other one will have a 602, like our crossover street stock headers on it. And then after Tim Brown, I know originally we had announced Tim Brown was going to be in our booth. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it, couldn't get the car done for different circumstances. But either way, I completely understood, and I called up toy makers since we do a lot of stuff with their TV deal. And they're actually going to bring their twin turboed, what they call digger, pretty wild car that we did. So they're actually going to bring it, and all of them will actually be there all weekend signing autographs. They'll have posters, I'm sure, and some shirts and stuff to sell. So pretty excited about having them. They were supposed to come last year, but due to COVID and TV restrictions and a bunch of other stuff, they couldn't. So I'm pretty excited to have them this year.
Good deal, man. You know, we always see y'all stuff on Supermotors, obviously Brandon Overton and a bunch of other guys out there, and then the crate stuff for sure, everything else. But y'all also do a bunch of cool custom stuff when y'all get the chance to for stuff like toy makers. That's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, for sure. You know, we've done, like we did Kurt Busch's Pantera for Gas Monkey Garage. We did a twin turbo lifted truck for SEMA. Was it 2 years ago? We do the toy makers. We've done, I think, 2, maybe 3 of their cars now. I think 2, maybe 2 of them. And then we've done some stuff for like Rick Hendrick's personal cars and even a Mustang that's over here in the Mustang Museum in Concord. So it's kind of it's you know, we do like doing those projects. I wish we could do more of them. Unfortunately, you know, a lot of times we just get so busy and don't get a chance and pass up a lot of them. But it is cool when, you know, we can have the time to do these custom projects, and the guys in the shop definitely get excited about them because it's something different, and you see them more, you know, you can see your work on TV or at SEMA and stuff like that, not just, you know, coming to work every day. And it's like, you know, a lot of guys in the shop probably never see their stuff, you know, outside of the shop. So it is kind of cool to do those projects.
Yeah, that's sweet stuff, man. All right, I'm gonna hit you with a hard question. You may not even know the answer to. You may. I don't know. I don't know how much of a numbers guy you are, but but how many? If not, guess and tell me something stupid. How many sets of headers do y'all produce on an average year?
Oh my gosh, yikes! I would maybe 600, 700.
Wow.
I would say maybe, and I could be shooting low. I'm kind of thinking, I mean, I'll kind of give you an idea.
Yeah.
I did 200 sets of 604 dirt late model headers this year.
Wow.
And the crazy thing to even think about is that's still such a small market for us because of the NASCAR and the IndyCar stuff. But it still is a good chunk as far as from a quantity standpoint.
Right.
You know, so I'm just taking a wild guess. I would say this year it's going to be well into probably close to 800-900 range, just because of the new car, switching over to the new car, and obviously that's a lot of headers. So I think we'll have a lot higher year this year than we did last year, but last year was really, really good for us.
Cool, man. That's sweet. And I know people have had such issues getting raw materials and everything, and to still produce numbers like that's pretty insane. Well, and you just touched on there the NASCAR stuff, moving this new car, and y'all got a hand in it there. What is some? I know you can't go into a lot of specifics about all that stuff, but man, how has that process been?
It's been a lot, to be honest. This wasn't a overnight process. It hasn't been a easy or quick by no means. It's been a lot of still learning on everybody's part, but it's been good. You know, that's still to this day one of our, if not our biggest market. So to still be involved even after this new car is definitely, you know, we have to take it as a blessing, I guess you would say. But at the same time, you know, with a bunch of different companies being involved and trying to make all this mesh together and come to life, and then and then COVID happened, and right all in the middle of it, and it kind of stopped all of it. And now all of a sudden we're going racing. It's been a roller coaster. Hopefully, everything is kind of figured out now, and we're headed down a direction of actual, production parts are started, and stuff that they're actually going to, exact parts that they're actually going to race when it comes to, time for the Coliseum in California, which is their first race this year. And not just a bunch of stuff to get people by to go test, or we're going to try this or try that because of this problem and that problem. So hopefully we're headed in the right direction, but it has been a long, probably I think, almost 3 years now.
Yeah.
And to make all this work.
That's crazy, man. That's insane. Well, cool, man. Well, as a lot of people seen, we changed up some pictures and stuff on our Facebook page, and man, ProFab gonna be coming on as a affiliate of Chicken Bone Alley here in 2022. Man, we appreciate that a ton.
Yeah, no problem. I'm glad I could help. That's one thing I do try to do, is I know, we've done the short track racing industry, and all has been really, really good to us in the last probably 2 years especially. So as much as we can give back and help the ones that help us, I do as much of that as possible. So, we appreciate everything that y'all have done over the last year, just us being friends kind of thing. It takes all of us to make this business go, for sure.
That's right, man. And, we've always liked to hit you up at the racetrack anytime I see you there anyway, which you're always at the racetrack, man.
Yeah. I didn't go as much this year as I did 2 years ago. And obviously last year, I still felt like I traveled a decent amount last year. So I've tried to kind of slow down a little bit, with us getting married next year and have a lot of other stuff going on, the dog and whatever else. So, I've kind of slowed down to a little bit, but still planning on hitting a bunch of events this year. I'll be around, and, the biggest thing is, I've always said, is racers enjoy and appreciate support. And half of the support is being there when they need you.
That's right.
Doesn't mean necessarily giving them a discount, or even though they love that crap. Doesn't necessarily mean giving them anything, as much as just having, that support there, when things go wrong or they have questions about stuff. So definitely being at events has definitely helped us from a business standpoint.
For sure, man. Well, I'm going to say another thing these racers like, and I know because I've been there a time or two, is when we see the ProFab trailer there, is especially it's going to be a couple-day event. We know there's going to be a party at some point in time.
yeah, that's for sure. We've had some where collectors get tore up and stuff over a few days. Especially crate racing. Guys will tear up stuff, and I try, even if I know I'm not going to be there, I'll try to make sure one of our drivers has some stuff to the best we can. The hard part is there's so much different in our world, as far as, motors and chassis and sizes and mufflers and this, that, and the other. So it's hard to have everything. But, I do try to make sure at least somebody has something. That way, at least our guys do get a chance to race, and you're not, loading up because somebody drove in your door on the first lap of practice because they thought they were going to win.
That's right. And that's what everybody needs. They love good customer service. Well, cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, what's all the big ProFab news for 2022?
Oh, yikes. We're already? No.
Already.
Yeah. No, I honestly, I don't really have any new directions at the moment. It's just, trying to get all this caught up with all the Gen 7 stuff, and just stay on top of orders has been kind of hard enough. I'm sure we'll have some new stuff coming out hopefully later in the year. I know and I know people know we've been working on it, but hopefully my UMP modified guys will finally get headers by the end of the year. So maybe that'll be our next big ordeal, I guess you would say. I know that deal's even been in the works for like a year and a half. And poor David Taylor, he's been waiting on me forever, and he aggravates me every time I see him. I feel bad at this point, but so hopefully that deal, as soon as we get back on our feet, will get going, and then obviously we'll have the trade shows, and hopefully we'll be back to kind of semi-normal schedule as far as being at events and other trade shows as well throughout the end of the year. So,
well, cool deal, brother. Well, man, I can't wait to see you come this Thursday. Actually, getting the kickoff party started.
Yeah, I'm. That whole deal. Captain Mel at Fresh Chef was awesome last year, even through the pandemic. And it just kind of felt like, when I stood back, it just felt like things were normal again, or you don't realize how much you miss stuff like that until it was all gone. And then we were able to do it, had a blast. So that was the first thing I told him. I was like, dude, we're doing that again this year. So everything has kind of worked out. Everyone is invited. So, if anybody hears this, like, you are invited. It's Thursday night at Fresh Chef in Conover. And the first 400 beers are free. Like, 400 beers. I mean, I know Earl's going, so
that's
there's
why
probably
you better tell Earl to show up a little late.
Yeah, because there won't be about 4 left for everybody else. But, but yeah. And obviously we'll have appetizers, and then you can order off their menu. I heard that they're also having a food truck outside of some sort, maybe, to kind of help the crowd, because I know last year it was, I don't know how many people we packed in that place, but I would say there was probably 150 people in there, and we're probably expecting close to 300 this year. So, we're going to have food is going to be definitely be a challenge. So, he said he was going to have some stuff set up outside. That way, even though it's going to be a little chilly, but that way you can get food quicker. Or you can sit down and have one of their amazing steaks, their food is just outstanding. So definitely. And then obviously y'all be there doing interviews and playing some tunes. So it's going to be a good time.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Well, you probably going to be one of the first ones I have up there with me, talking on the microphone again.
For sure. Obviously, I don't turn away microphone time at all. I enjoy doing all the PR, I guess you would say, of the business. So I don't ever turn down getting a chance to be interviewed.
There you go, buddy. Well, cool deal. Well, man, I want to tell you we appreciate ProFab coming on with us this year. We really do appreciate that, and appreciate y'all. Y'all kind of, are you more or less, kind of hooking us up for the Cars Racing Show coming up this week, and getting us hooked up to go up there with Kate and all them, and seeing everybody up there. That's gonna be a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, for sure. I'm super excited. It's definitely a win for everybody. The more media we can have, the better. And that's what when we first started talking about it, I was like, man, this would be awesome. And then it gave you the opportunity to kind of do the Fresh Chef deal as well. So I think it worked out for everyone, and it's definitely going to be a good time. It's definitely one no one wants to miss. For
sure. So if y'all are listening out there, make sure to especially if you were in the industry, you're definitely not going to want to miss this. But head over to Fresh Chef in Conover on Thursday night. We'll be out there. Then we'll be at the Hickory Metro Convention Center, if I can get it out today. That'll be Friday and Saturday for the Cars Racing Show. Y'all be sure to head out. But anyway, Andrew, man, we sure do appreciate you coming on and hanging out with us, and gonna have to get you back on sooner than later, I guess, again.
For sure, anytime. Anytime. I do live a busy life, but I try to make time for everybody.
Well, you're just gonna have to get Coop there next time, just to bark a few times for everybody to hear, because he's typically the star of the show.
Oh yeah, I mean, he definitely runs his mouth a lot.
Oh, well, good deal, buddy. Well, man, I sure appreciate it again, and we'll be talking with you soon.
All right, no problem. Appreciate you having me on.
All right. Again, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Andrew Garris with ProFab Headers. ProFab Exhaust. Y'all for all your exhaust needs, as you just heard him say there. Be sure to go check out ProFabrication for everything you need. They serve a huge market, late models, as you heard, street stocks, trying to get into the modifieds, and all that good stuff. So y'all check them out. And also, as Andrew said there, be sure to head out to the Cars Racing Show this week for all you, especially you racers. You guys are going to want to see a lot of stuff there that's on hand, a lot of vendors on hand. As he said, he'll be there. Also, our buddy Earl Ramey's going to be there having some motors on hand for y'all to check out. Earl is top notch, and maybe he won't drink all the Michelob Ultras on Thursday night. It's gonna be fun. So y'all head over to the Cars Racing Show. Come check us out. Earl is like I said, guys, he's top notch. Customer service second to none. Some of the best motors in the industry. Y'all come check him out for sure. Earl Ramey Racing Engines. You can't beat him. You can't beat him at all. Supers, 604, 602s, anything else in between. You call Earl. He'll hook you up for sure. Tell him we sent you. Get some time on his chassis dyno, as we always say. He'll be there to help you out. Definitely so. So, but anyway. There was a little bit of racing going on this past week with the Tulsa Shootout, and got to watch it. Our buddies, Derek McGrew Jr. made his Tulsa Shootout debut out there, running some of the outlaw stuff, the outlaw wing and non-wing. Had a little, it took him a little while to get used to the car. And there's such limited time out there because there's so many. There was over 1,700 entries out there this past week. And so him getting out there first time in one of those cars, regardless, it was impressive to watch. He got out there first couple races. You could tell it was just a learning curve. Then all of a sudden, when he got out, I think it was a whatever main it was in, a C or D or whatever. I don't even remember at this point. But he got out there and was passing cars coming up through the field. Just when you're in there with people like I can't even remember who all was in there with him. Christopher Bell, Tyler Courtney, people like that. It's hard to beat those guys on any day, especially with the experience they have, for sure. But also our buddy Cole Vanderheyden, he started there last year, is where he started in these micro sprints, and he has ended his micro sprint career there, or as we know it anyway. He's selling a car, moving up 305 sprint cars. He was pretty impressive out there. Passed a lot of cars in the A class. What was it? Non-wing, I think it was. Yeah, non-wing. He just didn't quite make the show, but he come up in that restricted A class there, and come through the B main. Won his B main. Went to the LCQ. Won the LCQ. Started 17th in the main, and made his way up to 10th place. And Landon, I will say to you, regardless if you watched it or not, when you're going out there in each class, I don't know exactly how many was in each classes, but there was over 1,700 cars there. There was a few of them classes I saw there was like 400 or 500 cars in, three to 500 cars in, regardless. Cole is not much older than you. I want to say he's 14 or so. And how would that feel going out there and seeing that many cars and you got to race against them?
Intimidated. I would be very intimidated because if there's like over like 400 cars or exactly on 400, I wouldn't think I could beat 399 other people.
Well, you got to think you can.
I know, you got to think, but then you'd have that part in your mind that would be like you might not be able to beat every single one.
Well, somebody's got to win. Might as well be you. That's always my motto.
True.
Somebody's going to win it. Might as well be me.
True. But I feel like even first place would have kind of been like at the start would have been like this is going to be really hard to do.
Well, Cole Vanderheiden was able to make it up to 10th place in the A main, which is really, really, really impressive. Last year when he was out there, he was only able to pass one car all week. Period. One car, and to come through the races, he was able to come through, pass all the cars he did, and finish 10th place in the A main on Driller night. That is insanely impressive to me. That's a ton of cars out there. That is you beating a whole lot of people, being a lot faster than a lot of people. So congratulations, Cole Train, on the 10th place run there, man. That's highly impressive. And to the Ford Bite crowd there, y'all go get you some Ford Bite apparel. Go check them out.
He beat 390 other people.
I can't remember exactly how many were in that class, but it was a lot. There was a lot of cars in there.
He beat a lot of people.
A whole lot.
If I went out there, I probably wouldn't be able to pass anyone.
That was a good race, though. Jet Nunley ended up winning. Jet Barnes was second, and they were side by side coming all the way to the checker flag. I mean, just rubbing.
What's the odds of that? For first place to also have the first name as Jet, and second place to also have their name as Jet.
Well, it was going to be a fast first and second.
I know. Like that's
Jet fast.
I get it.
Glad you get it. There was a couple other good ones out there. Cool races to watch. Christopher Bell finished second in the non-wing outlaws. That tells you how tough it is when these guys that's done it for years coming down from NASCAR run second place to oh god, I always mess up his last name. Jake Hagapian, something like that.
Hagopian.
We'll go with that. I always mess up his last name. But what was really impressive over the week there was, or last day especially, was Emerson Axum. He run like every race, I think. It seemed like every race he was in. Was in one race, fighting for the lead on the last lap, come out, turn 4 on the outside of the leader, cross the line, crossed it second, but he wheel hopped him coming across the line and flipped hard going down the straightaway. And they didn't, that was the same car he had qualified the wing class with, and this was a non-wing. So they had to took one of his teammates' cars, switched his seat over, everything else, so he could get in that ride. And he come back. I can't remember where he finished in that particular race, but then the stock non-wing class, he ended up winning it. So it was that's some exciting racing. I want to make it out there one day to watch it, watch a whole week of it. I love watching those guys. I don't know, to some extent, I think I somewhat like it almost more than the week of racing we got coming up with the Chili Bowl at the same place, which is the midgets, as y'all know. These are 600 micro sprints here. They put on a cool show. Let's see, junior sprints. Let's see, who was it? Lucas Molden, I think it was. Won the race. I want to say somebody said that's his second year in a row winning that one, or second, which is impressive. Brexton Bush, which is Kyle Bush's son, was in the race, did make the main, caused a little bit of controversy. He didn't cause controversy. The promoters caused controversy because they tried to give him a provisional. Fortunately, I would assume it was Kyle and them. Like, they didn't try to give a provisional in any other race, but they were going to give him a provisional to make this race. And Kyle was like, nah, we appreciate it, but no. But it caused all kind of controversy, them trying to give Brixton Bush a provisional to be in the race when he didn't earn a spot in the race. So, you think he should earn it, Landon?
Yes.
You should always earn your spot. Don't need no provisional just because you're what your name is.
Oh, that's why he got the provision. Oh, I get it.
Well, they were trying to give him a provisional, but anyway. Oh, speaking of, I guess we'll go with these motorcycle motors here. I said last week on the show we got some cool shirts from Cale Maybin and Rivertown Racing up there for this year. So I figured, hey, I might as well try to get in touch with him today. Well, here he is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome a guest back to the show. Been on here before. He's back now, Cale Maybin. Cale, what's up, buddy?
Not much, bud. What's going on?
Returning guest.
That's right.
It's funny because I was talking the other day, and me and Sterling mentioned on the show last week that we need to get you back on here, but it's one of them things that me and you talk so much that it, I sat back and looked, I was like, Cale's only been on the show once. It's one of them things that me and you talk pretty much weekly or a couple times a week that I didn't even pay no attention. I'm like, crap, I need to get him back on here.
Well, 2021 was a crazy year for me with the car situation, and then Tyler and me started our own podcast, and it's been crazy. So it's awesome to be back on now.
Maybe that's it. I'm just like, well, he's got his own podcast. He don't want to come on our little podcast. He's big timing over there.
We're not as big as y'all.
I don't know about that.
But it's fun. We're having a good time.
It's fun. That is the Blood Eagle Racing Podcast, and you and Cale Maybin there and Tyler Lagarde put out a new show pretty much weekly, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty much weekly. We during the off season we have missed a few weeks, and we missed Christmas week and New Year's week, but for the most part, yeah, once racing season kicks off, we're going to be a weekly show, and we are starting a iRacing league this coming Tuesday. So after those races, the following week we'll have the winner on and stuff like that. So that'll be fun. Just we got some new guys coming into the league, so see what happens with that.
Well, tell us a little bit about your iRacing league there.
We're just going to do a 6-week street stock iRacing league, and we're just going to go to some tracks that are. One of them is pretty hard because nobody ever goes to it. It's weed sport, and the street stocks. It's hard to drive on there for me anyway. I think Tyler and Levi got it down pretty good, but I'm not very good at it. It's
like you got to turn 17 times on a 4-turn track. I don't get it.
Right. Yeah.
I don't get
turns 1 and 2 is not very good for me.
No, but, it's like a square.
Right. but we're gonna have some fun with it and just play around. We're not racing for money. We're just racing for fun, and we're gonna probably have about 12 to 20 guys each week. Just get in there and run some couple heat races, and then we'll run a feature. And just something pretty fun for the winter before our real racing starts.
Sweet. I was looking at it the other day, and I've had a few guys message me about it actually. And I don't know yet. We kind of been putting off, and I guess just everything's just been crazy, and haven't had time to do anything with it. Honestly, I think we're gonna try to get the Chicken Bone Alley Winter League going, but I might wait till after Super Bowl Sunday and do it on maybe like Sunday nights.
Oh, okay, yeah, that'd be great. Well, our league will almost be finished by then, so that'll be great.
Yeah, I think Sunday nights is gonna be the night. I'm not sure yet. Still trying to nail it all down. Hope so, though.
Right. We're running on Tuesday night. It just works out good for everybody. So
Oh yeah.
we're just gonna start at 7:00, and it'll be streamed. I forgot the stream name. I had to look it up, but it'll be streamed. So we'll get out there and have some fun.
Cool. Well, what has been going on with Rivertown Racing there? You and we ain't even talked to you since, well, I've talked to you, but we hadn't had you on and talking about it. You've talked about it plenty of times on the Blood Eagle Racing podcast, but since Levi's actually got his own car and joined the team over there, tell us a little bit about how y'all's 2021 went.
Well, our 2021 started us rebuilding my car all the way down to a bare chassis and getting it reclipped and getting it put back together, and then the last December we went to Charlotte to pick up a car for Levi, so that put us 2 cars in house there, so that was pretty cool. And then we got my car finished, and we went out and we had a practice day, and I blew the motor, and it caught the car on fire and burned it up pretty good. And I thought I was done for the year. And another guy in the series, John Gutman, had a backup car, and he's like, "I'll sell it to you. I know how bad you want to race." And so I ended up buying that and going racing the very next weekend. So I lucked out there in 2021. We had a pretty good season. I was in a newer car with the newer motor package, and I finished 5th in points. And Levi's very first year, he ran good towards the latter half of the season, but at the beginning of the season, he was underpowered, and we didn't know it. And so we got that figured out. And plus he was still learning how to drive the cars and setups and everything. But now he got going good at the end of the year, and he ended up finishing 9th in his very first year racing anything at all. So it was a pretty good year for both of us.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. So how's it being a 2-car team as opposed to well, Levi had been helping you and stuff for a while, and then he decided to jump out there. Sometimes that helps. Sometimes that you just feel like you lost your help though.
Yeah, true. But he does. He still helps me.
Oh yeah.
He does a lot for me and stuff. And we got a lot of friends that help out. Josh Deep, Ashley Tackett, they still help out. Cliff Bird, Nicholas, he's kind of going to be moving out of the Legend cars probably pretty soon. So, but Cliff still helps us out a lot. And
cool.
So we're excited about this year. We're going to reclip this new car I got too, because I had a wreck about the 4th race in last year and got some stuff bent on it. So we're going to reclip it and get it ready to go and see what we can do this year.
Sweet. What I'll people hear reclipping a car, and a lot of people think a big car and stuff, that's a big job, and cars never the same. I want y'all to know, and I didn't know this until talking to Cale, reclipping a Legend car is I mean, don't get me wrong, still a job, but that's pretty like everybody does it apparently.
Yeah, A lot of people do it several times during the year if they, have a jig at their house and stuff. They can just cut the front end off and weld another one back on, put everything back together. You're ready to roll.
That's crazy. Which I mean, it's cool. That's awesome. That's why I want to. I'm looking at getting into legend car racing myself, which I've said a few times, but I still ain't got nothing done. I got to get a. My dad actually, he's building they just moved back to Florence. He wants to build this big old shop, make it a race shop, and all this stuff. So, kind of waiting on him. And I'm helping him build a lot of stuff before we get anything going. So that's kind of what we're waiting on. So
that'd be cool. You come up here and race with us.
Oh yeah,
or we can come down there and race with you.
Yeah, for sure. Cool, man. Well, did y'all? I know I've talked to you a little bit. Did y'all have a good Christmas up there?
We had a great Christmas because it was warm. I loved it. Felt like I was back in Texas. It was so warm. But yeah, it was great. I mean, good family time and everything.
Well, I'm going to tell you, the weather around here, me and Sterling talk about weather on here every week. The weather around here went from 80 to 45 like it just saw a highway patrol. I mean, it just, dude, I mean, in one day. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday. I know Saturday it was 80 degrees. Today is like 50 outside. It's insane. Which we had a storm come through last night, blew off all kind of siding off my house and all this stuff. I had to go out there. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. A friend of mine had a tree fall on his boat, a pontoon boat, and tore it all to pieces. It was a pretty bad storm came through last night. Trees down everywhere. So
I'm glad we haven't had that, but it did drop yesterday. Our high was like 10 o'clock in the morning yesterday, and just kept dropping throughout the day.
Wow. It's time for y'all to get chilly and get snow and all that stuff. But it was snowing in Charlotte this morning.
I saw that, and we haven't had it. We had it one time, just a little dusting. I mean, I had friends in Texas had snow 2 days ago. We haven't had any.
I saw something. Wow. I saw a which I know, as you know, Texas is a huge state, obviously. But I saw something. Was it yesterday? I think it was, or it might have been Saturday. Northern Texas, somewhere it was 10 degrees for the high that day. Southern Texas, it was 96 degrees for the high. 86-degree swing in one state. Dude.
I did not see that, but that's crazy.
It was insane. It was crazy. It was very northern Texas. That was like 10 degrees, but it was, whew. That's insane that, in that short, it's a huge state, don't get me wrong, but still it's relatively small. You compare it to the whole country, and that area, that big a difference in temperature change. But that's crazy to me.
Right.
Wow. So when y'all gearing up, getting ready to start some racing up there?
We start middle March this year. The Ohio Valley Legend Car Series that we mainly run. We will start our first race at Atomic Speedway, and I think we're racing with the Lucas Oil guys that weekend. The schedule hasn't come out, but that Atomic already put their schedule out and had us on there, so we know we're racing that weekend.
Sweet, that'd be good. So, oh yeah, I also saw yesterday was your daughter's birthday. Happy birthday, Chloe.
Yeah,
completely
15 years old.
Phew. Time to start what's y'all's driving age up there?
The driving age is 16, but she can't, in Ohio, they can't get their permit till they're 15 and a half. And I'm like, why would you want them to have 6 months of driving before they get their license? Back in Texas, you can get your permit at 15. You have a full year to practice, So
that's how it is here now. It's 15. As soon as you turn 15, get permit, and then I think it's like 16 for you can get your license. But when I started here, it was 15 for your permit. You only had to wait 90 days and could get your license.
What?
Yes. But it was only your day license. and you were supposed to drive a year unless you had either you could go 6 months with no incidents or tickets or anything like that, and they'd send you a little thing to put your license in, and it gave you an exemption to drive, all the time. Or if you had a job or something like that, and they could, you say you're driving to and from work. Well, I don't know what happened. I didn't complain. I got my license. 90 days after I got my permit, I got my license. It wasn't a month after I got my license that they sent me the little thing saying I had 6 months of good driving, and I could drive all the time.
Well, that worked out.
So,
Thank you.
yeah, it worked out pretty good. Which I thought thinking back now, I was like, I was way too early to be driving in my life, but, it worked. So, anyway, happy birthday, Chloe.
Thank you.
But, well, cool, man. What all y'all, what all, you said you go and reclip your car. Levi got anything going on in his car?
His car is ready to go. He's just going to make some, he's doing a paint job change. So he'll have a different paint scheme coming out this year. Other than that, his car is ready to go. Mine's really ready to go right now if I wanted to go with that big clip. But we're going to get that fixed and have it ready to race. Levi and me and Ashley and a bunch of friends, we all been RC racing too, so kind of get that racing bug out, just iRacing, RC racing, then to get us ready going into our big cars.
Yeah, I was about to ask you about the RC cars. Y'all been racing them more lately?
We do on Saturdays. These last 2 Saturdays they've been off, so this coming Saturday we will head out to the Barn Raceway and go do it.
Sweet.
My stepson races them too, so.
Sweet. What kind of car you got?
I have a Mud Boss. Levi has a Mud Boss. My stepson has a Sportsman. We're all in novice, so we're all just starting the Mud Boss and Mud Boss. We're all in novice, so we're all learning and good. But that Nicholas Bird, man, he's good at driving a real race car and these RC cars.
They normally are. That's how it seems like somebody that's just good at one thing, in racing is good at everything in racing.
Yeah. Josh Dietz is good, and Ashley are good with those RC cars too. Man, they're fast.
Sweet. Me and Sterling both used to have, back in the day, we had some Traxxas / trucks, but I'd always wanted to convert mine over to a with the late model body and everything on it, and change it to the late model suspension on it and everything. But there was nowhere around here running it, so man, I want to get somewhere around here that runs that like y'all do up there. That'd be really cool. I like them things.
Yeah, that's actually what our Mud Bosses are, is those slashes.
I got you. Cool. Well, cool, man. Well, sweet. Well, I figured I'd get you on here for a little while today. Hang out with me and talk since Sterling's got the Rona and couldn't be on today, but you know how it is. But I sure appreciate you coming on, hanging out with us, man, and obviously on the racing in 2022. Best of luck to you and Levi and your Rivertown racing. And we appreciate being able to ride along on the cars, man.
Yeah, now you're riding along on those shirts too. So
yeah,
those turned out pretty good.
They did, man.
LJ Designs down in South Carolina, man, they knocked it out of the park on my shirts. I was very happy.
Them things are nice, man. We sure appreciate that too.
Oh yeah, man. Oh no. We appreciate you helping us out and getting our name out there and our style of race cars. I mean, we're not the fast late models or modifieds or anything like that, but we still get out there and have fun and compete, and it's just a blast. I mean, especially with just learning all the racing, being 50 years old, getting into all this stuff. So, but it's fun. Get to run with all these young kids.
For sure. That's how I'm gonna be, man. When I finally do give me one, I'll be like, I'm an old guy out here now. But you know how it is. Well, cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, I sure appreciate it, and but I will be talking with you very soon, buddy. I appreciate you coming on and hanging out with me today.
Thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
All right, that was our buddy Cale Maybin up there in Ohio. He said it turned cold there, as it is here. But we appreciate Cale coming and hanging out with us. He's a good buddy of mine. Like I said, me and him talk multiple times a week, so it's like one of them things that I didn't even realize he, hadn't been on the show in a year and a half. So I appreciate him coming back on, hanging out with me today while we had some time and all this good stuff, and hopefully get him back on some more. But also, I want to say that I know for a fact, is a customer of our fine friends over at SRI Performance. SRI Performance is your one-stop shop for all things racing. They got everything you need to go fast. Guys, while you are putting these cars back together, heading into this 2022 season, head over to sriperformance.com and get yourself everything and anything that you will need for this year to make your car go real fast when you're at when you get that basket, that cart all filled up online. Make sure when you're at checkout screen, put in promo code CBONE10, that's C as in chicken, BONE10. Get yourself 10% off at time of checkout. Also, same thing, stock car steel and aluminum guys. Make them cars look good. Call up Stock Car Steel and Aluminum. Make yourself pretty. Get you some new materials. Put all that car back together. Not just body panels, by no means. They got anything you need. Roll bar tubing. I mean, just any material you need. Aluminum, steel, obviously. They got everything. They got everything you'll ever need. Make that car look good. Make it all functional. Make it safe. That's the big thing you need. You need to make sure you got that roll bar or roll cage good and secure and stable and strong. So y'all call up Stock Car Steel and Aluminum. Set yourself up today with them and get that thing all looking nice and neat and ready for 2022. And with SRI over there also, always like throw in our buddy Randy Keene, RK Motorsports Consulting. He's with SRI. He is your brake man. He sells anything really over there, but he is your brake man for sure. He knows anything and everything there is to know about brakes. So y'all go check him out. You won't be disappointed by no means at all. So we appreciate everybody over there, all them guys hanging out, checking us out. So, it's, what time is it this afternoon? We're getting done pretty early. It's 5:37 here. What you plan on doing your last day off school tomorrow, Landon?
Gonna get everything prepared for, to act sick so I don't have to go to school.
Yeah, right.
But I'm probably just gonna, play for the last time that I can, and for hours, and I can actually sleep until Wednesday.
No, actually, we rescheduled your dentist appointment for tomorrow.
Okay, so I can't sleep.
Well, it's not in the morning. It's not till like 2:30.
So I still can't sleep, but Well,
You ain't
that's
sleeping no 2:30 anyway.
true.
I don't think Jackson's gonna let you sleep that late.
Jackson, recently he's been letting me sleep for a good while. Maximum 8 o'clock, I'd say.
Hey, that's
But
pretty late.
when Mom comes and get him, I'm out till 12.
Oh well. You need to get up, do something. Go
Yeah.
outside, rake the yard. We got a bunch of leaves out there you can rake.
I very much could. But you know what I'm probably going to do?
What's that? Go rake leaves?
And you know what everyone else should do?
What's that?
Go check out SRI Performance.
Oh,
And also
instead of raking leaves.
and also subscribe and follow. Subscribe on YouTube and follow on Spotify. And anywhere else you can do the same amount of stuff.
Glad we got you as our marketing professional here,
Thank you.
our social media man
I'm gonna go around school and
who
play.
doesn't even have a social media himself.
I have YouTube and Spotify, and I have my own thing on Spotify. I've made tons of music.
Yeah, right.
Got my own studio and everything.
Okay. This is about the extent of your studio right here.
Yeah, all I need is, my voice. Yep. I can make the bass, the guitar, everything.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm going to go place some posters all around my school that say, go check out Chicken Bone Alley.
There you go. We'll get it all. We'll get it out there one way or another. Well, anyway, guys. Well, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year!
But we want to tell everybody we appreciate them coming on again today. Andrew Garris, ProFab Headers, Cale Maybin, Rivertown Racing. Appreciate y'all coming hanging out with us. Y'all go check them out for sure. Also, as always, Earl Ramey Racing the engines. SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, RK Motorsports Consulting. Also, everybody, y'all be sure to head out here to the Cars Racing Show this week. If you're in the area, we'll be in Hickory at Hickory Metro Convention Center. I don't know why I can't ever say that. So head out Friday and Saturday. Come check us out. We'll be out there walking around. I got a booth. I won't be in it much probably. I'll be walking around checking everybody out. So y'all come see us. Come hang out. Come talk with everybody there. But we appreciate everybody for sure. Forward Bite Apparel. Y'all go check it out. Congratulations again. Cole Vanderheiden on a 10th place run at the Tulsa Shootout. That's impressive, buddy. And congratulations. Also, Checkered, the race hub. Y'all head over there and see you some awesome racing social media. Also, MPM Marketing, Tanya over there. We appreciate you coming on. And like I said, ProFab Headers this year. We got to get everybody in there. A lot of them. I got to make a list just so I can look at it and don't somehow forget and leave somebody out.
I have something to say.
What do you have to say?
I must remind everybody who goes to SRI to get racing equipment and stuff, you can get a 10% discount. That's divided by 10 if you use the code.
A 10% discount.
A 10% discount.
That's right. You get
So if something's $100, you divide that by 10, it's $10.
No, you're wrong. Your math skills are off. You need to go back to school.
Wait, no.
You've been out of school too long. It'll be $90.
Yes, $90.
You get $10 off.
Yes, that is how that works. I definitely did not.
Woo! Oh, well. I'm glad Landon's going back to school Wednesday.
No. I don't need it, okay? I'm smart enough not to need this type of stuff.
What?
I already know math,
Apparently, it shows.
and I'm good at PE.
Good. That's going to get you
I
far.
made straight A's in PE. And I have also got in science. We looked at a face mask with a microscope. Yeah, microscope.
Oh, Lord.
And we figured out that there were holes in the mask. So it wouldn't actually, a virus could get it through the mask.
Well, I'm glad they're teaching you something useful in school.
Yes, that mask can help, but there's holes. So.
Oh, well. All right. Well, everybody, we sure do appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us again this week and this year, 2022. So, we will be back next week. Hopefully Sterling will be better and be back on here. And but we will catch y'all next time.
See you guys. Have a great day.